Hello and welcome to Stupid Ancient History with Midgley
and Taylor and our expert, non-expert and special guest James the Science Toolboy.
Hello.
As always, we're wearing togas, our kylixes are full, and today we're going to look at Cyrus's conquest of the Medes. So last time we checked in on Cyrus, he was 10 years old, and whilst he was pretty savvy, he wasn't quite great yet.
Indeed, I agree, Mr. Midgley. He'd managed to avoid being killed by his own granddad as a newborn.
Pretty good going.
Yeah.
Some Bear Grylls skills he's got.
And he even managed to make up with his murderous granddad after having a rich kid whipped.
But it didn't end so well for Harpagus.
No.
No.
Oh no, I can remember now.
So if we think about Cyrus the King, the next time we pick up with Cyrus, it's 559. So he was born in 600 BC-ish, and he's now the king of Persia. And it seems that he's got designs on attacking Media. So it's right next to Persia, so he wants to basically make this part of his empire.
East or west of Persia, just so I've got it in my mind.
Just to the west.
Okay.
And let's not forget, he does have some unresolved issues with its king, his granddad. So we're told next move is to invade Media.
Is this going to be good?
Oh yeah. So the earliest account we have of Cyrus's conquest comes from the Nabonidus Chronicle, which hopefully you're looking at a picture of now. This is a Babylonian text dating back to 539 BC, so this is at least 100 years before Herodotus, and it's Babylonian, which is unusual in itself. And the Nabonidus Chronicle says,
Astyages mustered his army and marched against Cambyses. The army mutinied against Astyages and he was handed over to Cyrus as a prisoner. Cyrus then marched on Ecbatana.
Okay. So his granddad's now his prisoner. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They never really fully made up then.
not really, no.
Okay.
No, and it's not the only version. So that's what the Chronicle says. Herodotus says something slightly different.
Do you want the Herodotus bit now?
I assume it's going to be saucy.
As you like. So, Herodotus starts with a little bit more of an elaborate version of events. Herodotus!
So it says, when Cyrus grew up to be the bravest and most popular young man in Persia, Harpagus, who was burning for revenge upon Astyages, began to pay him court and send him presents. His own position, he thought, was inadequate to justify hopes of punishing the king without assistance. So when he saw Cyrus coming to maturity, he exerted himself to win his support, saying he had suffered injuries not unlike his own.
And, to be fair, Harpagus, like he said, did have reason to be annoyed.
I was surprised he was still in this. He stuck around after being fed his own son.
Well, again, that's his backstory. He's got reason to...
Right, okay.
And if you want reasons to be angry, that's a pretty good one.
It's an okay one.
Why, what would be worse?
I'm sure you'll come with something.
So then we need to look at how Harpagus manages to organise this with this evil tyrant king. Herodotus!
So Harpagus wished to inform Cyrus of his purpose, but as Cyrus lived in Persia and the roads were guarded, there was only one way he could think of to get a message through to him. This was by slitting open a hare without pulling the fur off and inserting into its belly a slip of paper on which he had written what he wanted to say. He then sewed up the hare, gave it to a trusted servant, together with a net to make him look like a huntsman, and sent him off to Persia with orders to present the hare to Cyrus.
Would you really get near a king with one hair? Like, look how amazing a hunter I am.
I've got one
I've
rabbit.
got one rodent.
It's a very elaborate plot, isn't it? It's to try and just get a message through.
Yeah.
Also, surely the message would get damaged inside a
I
hair?
don't think they had laminates then, did they?
Did they not?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm
I
pretty
don't-
sure.
Did they not have any other way of, slyly getting messages? No hollows in the shoes or anything like that?
You'd be better to write it on the person, wouldn't you? And then send them with a hair.
Oh, that's a different
to
story.
Like,
Or if
that would be a better way of doing it.
I assume that obviously you cut it open, the hair was dead. Don't just put it down its throat rather than cutting it open and sewing it back up.
No. I mean, much as you hate emails, at least every message doesn't come inside a dead rabbit.
That's fair enough.
So effectively, though, according to Herodotus, it's Harpagus and other Median nobles who were basically asking Cyrus to invade. So already we start to get this idea that he's more of a liberator than a conqueror.
And he's definitely not the kind of person to feed your own son to you.
Yes.
So he's already winning.
So what sort of temperament does he have? If these people are asking to invade, is he well liked? Is he nice?
Yeah.
Apparently he's the greatest and most
Yeah.
noblest of Persians.
True, but I mean, if you're going to ask someone to invade, you're probably going to tell them that, aren't you?
He's always shown out of the Persian kings that we look at in the course, he's always shown as being the one that's the most kind of stable and balanced
Okay.
out of all of
Yeah.
them. Quite a nice king, if such a thing
Yeah.
exists. But
Very tolerant.
yeah.
Okay.
So Cyrus set about thinking how he could get the Persians to revolt from Astyages, since they were under Median rule. So he ordered all the Persian soldiers to assemble one day with sickles. He then told them to go and chop down a whole bunch of thorny bushes.
Okay.
All that military training comes in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was a vine, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah,
I was thinking it
no.
was the thorny bushes he saw spreading across
No.
Asia.
Different vines. He also told them then to turn up the next day in the same place and the same time. Next day, however, he gave them a feast.
Oh. fair enough.
Not of children.
I was going to ask.
And he didn't feed them the vines they'd just chopped down. Basically then, once they'd finished eating, he gave a quick speech and said, "You can have thorny bushes under Astyages, or feasts if you follow me."
It's not quite Sophie's choice, is it?
It's not, is it? Not at all. So obviously, with that in mind, the Persians began to rebel against the Medes.
Didn't even bother asking where all this food was coming from.
No, they didn't need to, really. And furthermore, Cyrus wasn't shy about calling Astyages out for a scrap.
His granddad.
His granddad.
Okay.
Herodotus, how do you declare war on your granddad?
By doing this. So he says the Persians had long resented their subjection to the Medes. At last they had found a leader and welcomed with enthusiasm the prospect of liberty. When news of these events reached Astyages, he summoned Cyrus to appear before him, but Cyrus's answer was to send the messenger back with the threat that he would be there a good deal sooner than Astyages liked.
Them's fighting words.
Them's our fighting words. So preparing for the return of Cyrus, Astyages then starts beginning arming the Medes. And when he musters his army, he needs to choose a new general.
Who's that?
Harpagus.
The bloke he fed his own child to.
Yep. He seems to have forgotten that bit.
I'd remember. Or has he fed so many people their own children he can't keep track?
It's like, oh, is it yours? Oh, no, it was your brother's. Oh, it's all right.
One of you are. I can't. It doesn't matter. I'm sure you're loyal to me.
Would he not be your first choice of general then, Jim?
No, but to be honest, I also wouldn't have fed someone their own child.
So, unsurprisingly, with Harpagus in charge, the battle didn't go too well for Astyages.
Was that on purpose, or was he just not a very good general?
I mean, what do you think? What would you do?
Herodotus?
So it says the result was that when they took the field and engaged the Persian army, a few who were not in the plot did their duty, but of the remainder some deserted to the Persians, and the greater number deliberately fought badly and took to their heels. So basically they ran away.
I mean, that makes more sense, but deliberately fighting badly seems like a good way to die in a battle.
It's more a kind of, look at me fighting you, yeah.
Leg it.
What's that? Oh, I'm over here. They're not even just calling it in.
Okay.
So it's a complete shambles. And obviously when that battle didn't work, Astyages, still not wanting to quit, then decides he's going to arm all the children and the old men to protect him.
It's going to go well.
Absolutely. It didn't go well for him, funnily enough. And then we're told he's captured.
Astyages.
Astyages is captured. And then Herodotus tells us...
How this army of boys and old men can't
He really
take it.
doesn't like children, does he?
Well, maybe he was feeding the boys to the old men.
He's either eating them or he's making them fight.
It's not going well.
The
Anyway,
NSPC, whatever it is, would have something to say.
Childline didn't exist.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Right, Herodotus.
So it says, after the capture of Astyages, Harpagus came and jeered at him, the most bitter of his insults being a reference to the supper at which the king had regaled him with his son's flesh.
Still a burning issue.
I imagine you're not going to forget that anytime soon.
No.
Tell you what, that would do more than just shout at him, wouldn't you?
I'd
Knock his block off.
I don't think he's got any sons, but I'd make him eat something weird.
Well, sadly, none of that happens.
Oh.
And Cyrus keeps him in his court as an advisor until his death from old age.
That's very generous, considering he's tried to kill him as a baby because of a dream.
That's Cyrus. So certainly if we look at initially Harpagus's overtures to Cyrus to come and invade, and certainly the portrayal of Astyages as an evil king, we can definitely suggest that in this case Cyrus is more a liberator than a conqueror. It's almost like the people prefer him to come and invade.
Yeah, like you said they asked him to come.
Yeah, the Median nobles definitely asked him to come, and even the treatment of his granddad, who did try and kill him as an infant.
He deserved something harsher than that, I
Yeah.
would say.
He did, but he's kept very well until old age. So we do get this idea that Cyrus is starting his conquest. Maybe conquest is the wrong word. It's almost like he's going on tour.
His expansion.
Going on tour, knocking off bad kings and replacing them with him, because he's so nice.
But the other thing as well, that you think of him more as a liberator than a conqueror, I think, is because they're both related. So it's not like he's going and taking over somewhere completely different that he's got no link to. Is that they're related, and ultimately you would have thought that he, ideally and logically, would have replaced Astyages
I was
anyway.
just about to ask, like, if
Astyages.
Yeah, if he just died of old age, would Cyrus have just inherited that as well?
It'd be likely that would be the line of succession, because from Mandani then Cyrus would be
The next
somewhere
male
on the
heir.
throne.
Yeah.
He's just shuffling things on a bit quicker.
When
Yeah.
people asked him to.
Yeah.
So because of that, it is more, it's not like a tyrannical conqueror, someone that just wants to go and take things that don't belong to them. Kind of do belong to him anyway.
He just sped it up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it for today. That's how Cyrus started conquering the world and conquering the Medes. Thank you for listening. We hope this has been useful. Leave us a comment below, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.